Hello, thanks for joining us today. We are Geek News, and again, we are not journalists, but we are geeks, and we're here to bring you the geek news of the week. Now, my name is C the Superior, and I am here with my co-host, the Great Grand Slam Poobah. What is going on over there?
It is a Sunday afternoon, and I'm in a jolly good mood, and I can't wait to talk about some geek news. Some of the news I was able to do a few hours before the show, so I'm excited to talk about it with you and get your
All
excitement
right, all
about it.
right. Well, let's jump right in. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to take the lead?
You know what? Why not? You know what? No. I was raised properly. Ladies first. Take the floor first,
Oh,
madam.
okay. I have a bit of news in the DC universe. So let's get
Whoa.
right into it. So we have a Superman sequel title and release date announced. So again, as you know, well known, and the viewers know as well, Superman just came out, like literally, like not even that long ago. But we've already got the sequel. We got a release date. We got the name. So this is brought to us by Variety.com, and it says here that the announcement gun included a comic book image of Superman standing next to Lex Luthor in his war suit, and a pretty clear signal that the sequel will continue to focus on Luthor's and Superman. And the name of the sequel is going to be Superman Man of Tomorrow, and it hits theaters July 9th of 2027. So I do know that Superman Man of Tomorrow was like an animated film. I don't know much about the this, like what that film was about, but it seems to be pretty like famous in Superman lore. And I do know though, because I am a Superman and Lois fan, about the suit, about the Lex Luthor suit. And this was
Love it.
some of these images come directly from James Gunn. Some were from David Cornsweet's account, again, who plays Superman, and also from Nicholas Holt's account, who plays Lex Luthor. So this looks to be what they're going for in the newer movie. How do you feel about the suit?
I
And
love it. I
yes.
love it. I was telling someone, I was just talking, I'm gonna give a shout out to my co-host for the Big Pop 3 podcast, Shay Soy. I was talking about this, and I said anytime Lex Luthor has that suit, it means fine, I'll do it myself. But my question here is because I saw a little bit about it, and I was a little confused here because I was seeing prequel. So this is not an exact sequel, but it's like a prequel, and that's where I'm thrown off at.
So what I saw about it, I thought it was a sequel. I know that James Gunn does. He mentioned before that he likes to do, when he does his sequels, he doesn't like to name them per se. He likes to do like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and so on and so forth, right?
Right.
So there is potential for this to be kind of like a alternate or like an add-on and not necessarily a direct sequel. But based off what Variety's posted, this is going to be our next Superman. So
I look forward to it. I mean, I really did enjoy Superman. I don't like because Superman. There's all these other Superman, so you got to always differentiate. But obviously, we're talking about this year's Superman,
uh-huh.
and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really good movie, and what James Gunn did here. So I'm excited. And once again, Lex Luthor in the suit. Like he's not he's going to be saying A1, A1, A1. That's going to be him doing it. So I love. I forget what the other ones was. I got to look up what each of these ones meant because I know A1 meant punch.
Uh-huh.
But I look forward to it. I think I'm very excited. So when I saw the and also too the artwork about it is fantastic. So
Yeah, and it makes me think how they're going to make the suit, right? Because when I saw it, I was thinking, okay, what are all these lines in Superman suit, right? But then I took a better look at the James Gunn Superman suit, and he has
yeah, he
those
had that.
lines as well.
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
thinking that means our Lex Luthor is going to be very similar to what we see here in the design as well. Very, green, purple,
But that's
bulky.
but that's accurate. That's accurate to what Lex Luthor. Because anytime if you look at anything with Lex Luthor and he has that suit, that's pretty much close. That's very close to it. So I mean, I feel like they respected the actual resource and maybe try to add their own little twist to it and whatnot. Like how in the Superman, he always wore the blue and red, but the
Uh-huh.
lines and stuff like that. So I think they did a very, very fantastic job, and I can't wait to see how it looks um, live. Actually,
All
because
right. All right.
I don't know if we ever had a live, because I don't believe the Lex Luthor. I'm sorry, because we reviewed that show,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember him wearing the suit.
He did wear the suit. Remember, it was like the final episode. He was
But it
pulling out.
wasn't green. It wasn't green. Right. It
No,
was
it
like
wasn't green. It wasn't green.
okay. That's why. Yeah,
That.
because it wasn't iconic. Okay, there we go.
Uh-huh.
That's why I didn't remember. It was trash. I'm sorry.
Well,
That Lex Luthor, like. Oh,
we got a comment here. It says, "Hey, what's going on? What do y'all think about Superman having two back-to-back Lex as the villain?" Okay, so Lex is, when you think about Superman, you think about Lex Luthor, right?
right.
But I know we tend to, when it comes to Batman, we kind of overdid it with the Joker. And I know I've been very vocal about not wanting the Joker in another Batman movie. However, I don't feel the same way about Lex, right? For whatever
I agree.
reason, I don't feel like we have the same Lex fatigue as we do with Joker fatigue.
Right.
So even though I would like to see like a Brainiac or another villain from Superman be
Yeah.
highlighted, I don't mind Lex being the main villain again. But what about you, great
No,
grandson?
I feel that same sentiment though, because like, and I can't explain why. I felt like when Heath Ledger played that role, it was so good, right? It was just so good. And then they were like trying to recapture that magic. And then you had Jared Leto, and then even in the last Batman, I don't know what they were going for there. It looked like it looked like Joker who drank sewer water. I don't know what was happening there. Um, I don't feel that way with Lex either. Like I don't have a problem with that. I think it's a really great question, but I don't feel the same way. I would though. I would like though that they do go in another direction. I don't think you should go to Doomsday right away. I think that was one of the mistakes that they did in the prior Superman movie.
Mm.
'Cause I feel like that should be like saved for the end or further down the line or something like that. I would like for them to, if you're saying the Superman villain, I don't know what her power stuff in is and if she can keep up with Superman and stuff like that. But someone like what was her name? Like it was the girl. She could shoot thunder, and I don't think she gets a lot of lightning, and I don't think she gets.
From the series, the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yes.
who you're talking about. Her
I'm
name
sorry,
is
like,
escaping me.
and it's something so simple. Like as soon as I hear it, I'm gonna be like, "That's what it is."
Yeah,
And
that's the one.
I would love for her because she's someone who don't get featured a lot, and sometimes you
Yeah.
just want to go down the road. I'll say this: I don't want to change superhero things, but I credit Spider-Man for using, like, Vulture is not one of my favorite villains, but I credit them for saying, "Hey, let's use someone different. Let's not always depend on the Goblin. Let's use him. Let's use Mysterio." And I hear you. I hear you, like Vulture, but like.
No, I just don't like Spider-Man movies in general for the most part, but I especially don't like them because they seem jam-packed with villains, like unnecessarily so. It's like, golly, how many goddamn villains we need in this movie? Like, and it happens all the time. I don't need my villains. I don't need like 3, 4, 5 villains in a movie. Just give me one competent villain to be the adversary here. Why do I got to pull out all the stakes, all the stops? It's too much for me.
Please, it's not all the time. Please, it's Spider-Man 3. They definitely had 2 villains. Spider-Man No Way Home, they had like 5 villains. Spider-Man 1, if we're talking about Spider-Man 1, Goblin. Spider-Man 2, Sandman. No, it wasn't Sandman. It was Dr. Octavius. Now 3, you did have Sandman, Venom,
50 million goddamn villains.
and please just say you didn't like
50
Spider-Man.
million goddamn villains.
Stop.
Too much. Too much.
Well, most of the time the villains were. It wasn't always, most of the time the villains were everyone in New York against Spider-Man. So I could kind of hear what you're saying, but they didn't have super villain power. So, but we got Hezzy Rant. He says, yeah, I thought they were going to save this version of Lex for Justice League, like how the MCU did with Loki.
Okay, save him for Justice League. Like, okay, so when Loki, his first appearance was in Thor.
Thor, yeah,
technically, yeah, but he
was just the main. He was the big bad.
He was the bad guy in Avengers. But I'm glad they didn't save Lex for that. Because I enjoy seeing more Lex on screen because I feel like that was the mistake that happened with Man of Steel. Right, we didn't get any Lex in Man of Steel, even though I like that movie. But to have him introduced in the same movie that we get Batman, we have this whole issue, and then it was kind of like an underwhelming Lex at that. I'm glad that they made his introduction early, so that we can focus and kind of develop his character and get to know his character.
And just real quick, I think also too, you could save Lex Luthor for a Justice League movie. It just don't have to be the first one. It could be maybe the second or third, or depending on how this universe is created. He can still be that. It just don't have to be the first go around. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
But hold on. We got one more comment here from Zay. I want Danny Phantom movie more than I want to see Spider-Man. Thank you. I'm sick. I'm tired of Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man fatigue, same way I got Joker fatigue. I can do a Danny Phantom. That'll be kind of cool. I know you do not feel the same way, Greg Grand.
I do not. Danny Phantom. Does Danny Phantom? What is Danny Phantom's last name?
Fenton.
Okay, I wanted to see if someone knew that. Okay, that was a quiz. Maybe you can bring that back. We got to talk about some future projects eventually down the line, because those were fun. And shout out to you, because you was a fantastic host on that. I'll take the floor here. Excuse me. I'll take the floor here. So we're talking about this whole DC thing, and I just think this was a great way to plug what we do, because we do review Peacemaker, and I just thought this was some interesting. I don't know if this is news, but I just found this very interesting. James Gunn. We're talking about this James Gunn a lot here. Did my okay? They did. My computer delays. James Gunn teased the importance of season 2 of Peacemaker. Now I figured that we were going to watch it because we were going to review it and stuff, but the way he made it, like, you have to watch it, because he says this is a prequel to the Man of Tomorrow, and I just think that's interesting. And here's a little thing that he put on Instagram saying, watch the Man of Tomorrow prequel, aka Peacemaker season 2, airing a new episode, and I guess this was for season 3 and stuff like that. And I just thought this was very interesting, because I don't know, it was just like, it just caught my attention, like, oh, maybe there's gonna be some kind of thing, because I know there's a piece of news and I don't want to touch it and whatnot, but it makes you wonder if there's some, I don't know. It just started making there. Yeah. It just caught my interest. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. So
for sure, because notice how, like, even Superman kind of bled into Peacemaker already with the first episode, when we had our Maxwell Lord and we have our, our Hawk Girl or whatever. Oh yeah. And now, so it seems like they're just kind of feeding off of each other, playing into each other, because it's the same universe, right? So that's interesting. Yeah. And that leads me to the next bit of geek news that I brought in, and it beautifully tied together. By the way, we don't tell each other about what we're bringing, so this is just like a coincidence.
We honestly pop each other with it, because, like, I remember, if I could just pull the curtain back a little bit, you was like, hey, should we tell each other? I was like, nah, let's, because, like, you actually get our actual reactions, like, oh, wow, that was something. So yeah, please take the floor, See the Spirit.
All right, so leading into the prequel of the Peacemaker, leading into the next Superman movie, there has been talks that Superman is on the set of Peacemaker 2, and there may be a potential cameo. So when it comes to Peacemaker, we're audiences like us, you and I, right? We're on episode 3, but there have been screeners sent out to, prominent people in the industry. So they've got to see, I believe, up until episode 5, but 6 and onward were supposed to be so out there that they didn't want to release them ahead of time, because it contains too many spoilers, right? So recently, our Superman, David Cornsweet, he posted on his Instagram page this image. And if you saw Peacemaker episode 3, you're very familiar with this getup that John Cena has on, because it was highlighted in that episode when he was on the motorcycle right here. That same thing, same blood splatter, everything on the face. Mm-hmm. So the streets have been talking, right? The streets have been talking. And this comes from, I believe it's primetime.com. And they just basically say that Superman was on set with our Peacemaker. And a lot of people have been speculating that because he's in full suit, full drag, right? He's going to make an appearance in Peacemaker season 2. And that could also play into why they kind of retconned, or purposely went back in to retcon that first scene from the first episode, when they went back and changed all of the Justice League to the Justice Gang. Because actually, they didn't really have to do that. They could have just not addressed it, but they specifically went back in to change that scene. So I'm thinking that, combined with this news here that he's on set, that he's going to make an appearance in this season of Peacemaker. What do you think?
That would be cool. I think that would be a big get because if we're talking about season one, and I think it was a big get when you had Aquaman and the knucklehead that was playing Flash.
Uh-huh.
I guess that was kind of cool. But Superman, like I just think that's pretty big. I would be down for it. I would. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling around my words, but I think that would be pretty cool.
But do you think they're
Cool.
leading us astray? Do you think that because coincidentally, he literally, David Cornsweet just posted this like 2 days ago. And now combine that with the news of James Gunn saying, hey, this is a prequel to, the next Superman. Do you think that they're leading us, the crumbs are a little bit too direct? So like it's kind of like a misdirect
Well,
at all?
that's why I don't really eat crumbs off the floor. So I do I think this is a misled? I don't know. So if I have to pick between yes or no, and I can't be in the middle, I'm gonna say, do I think this is misled? Yeah, I do. I kind of do. I kind of really, really do. I think you know what I think? I think that when they filmed this, right? When they filmed this, he just happened to be on set and they wasn't far apart from each other. And he was just like, yo, Cena. And he's like, yo, Soup. And they just said they took a picture. That's why I think that's what it is, because I think, you know what it is, because I don't want to hype myself up so much for this, because I know I have done this a lot where I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this and this and this, and then it's not that. So I think this is all just a lovely misled, which is great because it gets, if I can speak how you were saying, it has the streets talking.
Yeah, it has the streets talking, and I can see it going either way, honestly, because David Cornsweet, he is not a well-known name as of he is now, but before this, he wasn't. So
That's
his
fair.
contract is, it wouldn't be that expensive to get him on set, basically. But
That's
also,
true. That's true.
I can see them trying to misdirect and mislead people in order to get more people to tune into Peacemaker season 2. So either way, I'm excited to figure out what's going on there.
It's a smart business move, though, if you're being quite
Yeah.
honest. It's very, very smart because what you're doing is, one of the things I've always heard is that you want to have people talking, and what we're doing right now. We're talking and we're speculating and all these things, and I look forward to seeing where this all leads. But I hear what you're saying, because I'm sorry, when you said that was so funny, because like you said, well, he's not that, and no disrespect to the actor, he's fantastic, and I'm pretty sure he'll build his build up his resume and stuff to be where he is expensive. But there was no way that Henry Cavill. I'm so sorry, and I'm not even the one having wine, but Cavill. There was no way he was going to be on the set of Peacemaker.
Yeah,
so they said, let's get Flash, and I'm actually surprised. Jason Momoa was on set. Actually, I'm actually surprised. No, you didn't know?
I'm not. He's down for the get down. He seems like he's just happy there.
Okay, fair.
He's willing to do whatever it takes. He just seems like he enjoys acting, that kind of thing. So
fair enough.
That was my news. But what do you got next for us?
Woo! So this was actually surprising. I learned about this. So pull the curtain back a little bit. I went to sleep early, but woke up at 3 and 1 in the morning, and I couldn't go to sleep. So I'm looking for some news. I'm like, oh man, I got to put these graphics together. And I'm looking for some news. And I had a few things. I've said some things, and I saw this. I said, whoa, this is fun to talk about. I'm not even a big fan of this, but meaning this video game character. But I had to sit here and say, Stephanie Turner will be playing Laura Croft.
You've been kidding me.
No, she's going to play the role. And I got a little something right here. I have to go with my phone here because the letters are a little too small for me. Bear with me as I put on my my glasses. Turner is best known for her role for Game of Thrones. Sorry, but she played an X-Men as well. Jean Grey, but the producers, they said they're going to kick this off. They're going to kick off in January, nearly 2 years after the series was given a thumbs up at Prime Video. And they talked about the director and all these other things, but I just think this is actually really cool. And this was something that they said they're going to kick off, and I guess direct and everything in January. And I hope that this is something maybe we can review next year if it's all finished and stuff. But I think this is cool. I think that you looked very confused. Like, what is it, the Laura Croft, or is it Stephanie Turner?
I am disgusted. That's all I'm saying. Because it's a series. I'm thinking it's another movie. But you're saying it's a series.
Yes.
But why this actress? Why goddamn what's her name? Sophie Turner. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't makes sense to me. I don't see her as Laura Croft. Honestly, maybe I'm a little bit, too nostalgic for Angelina Jolie's Laura Croft. I feel like she very much embodied the character. And it hasn't been the same since. There's been a couple, like I know there was another movie that they tried to go back. Yeah. And it just wasn't right. And nothing about this actress gives Laura Croft to me. She doesn't look like her. She doesn't seem badass like her. I'm willing to be proven wrong, right?
Sure.
But I don't see Laura Croft when I look at this actress. And there's nothing in her kind of history of acting that makes me think that she would do the role justice. No offense to the actress, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm only familiar. I didn't watch Games of Thrones. That wasn't for me. I watched a few episodes, and it gave me the best 12 hours of sleep I've ever had.
That's wild, because that's a fantastic series.
Everyone tells me that.
She wasn't giving much as Sansa, but honestly,
Sansa. I thought it was Sansa.
That character didn't need much acting, right? And so she didn't give much because the character didn't really call for much for most of the series, right? So acting wise, I would look towards the Dark Phoenix.
Sure.
But even that, and again, I'm trying to take my blinders off because I didn't enjoy that movie. So I'm thinking, am I combining my dislike of the movie with her performance? I don't know. Maybe I'll give her a chance, but I'm not excited about this news. Tell you what.
That's fair. I think it's interesting because I try to bring the video game element, and same with you. I mean, depending on what the video game is. And it just caught my attention. I was like, oh, a video game series. I'm down for that. And hopefully, like how you said, she can prove people wrong and stuff and see what's she can prove everyone wrong. I'm sorry, I was chattering a lot. You have anything else on the docket?
Yes, we do. It looks like you got one more thing here.
Oh, I thought you. Yeah, well, we can talk about it together. These are the movie releases for 2027 as of now, because things can always change. I mean, I know you'll be a fan of this. Zelda.
Hey.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Zelda, Sonic 4, Shrek 5. You had your time, Cedar Superior. We have Shrek 5, Frozen 3, Ice Age 6, A Quiet Place 3, Man of Tomorrow. We were talking about that a little bit. I almost said The Batman Part 2, Avengers Secret War, Passion of the Christ 2, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Lord of the Rings, The Hunt of Gollum.
So that's going to be jam-packed. 2027, let's hope we all live to see the day, because
yeah, right. You know what's so funny? I said all I gotta do is just make it.
Right, I just gotta make it, Dan.
I just gotta make it. And I do want to, if we could just put that up real quick again one more time, please. I mean, beside the obvious, everyone knows that I'm gonna go with Sonic 4. I look very, very forward to that. And I know for you, for Zelda, beside those two movies and the Batman for you, because I feel like you definitely look forward to that. And what beside the obvious, what other movie on this list are you looking forward to seeing?
Let me just say how disgusted I am that Sonic has about to have 4 movies.
You a hater. You know what I've learned? Anything that I've loved, you have found a way to step on it, like Attack on Titans. Anything I've loved, it's Sonic, it's Spider-Man.
I'm just saying. I would not have guessed that this will be the universe that Sonic has had at least 3 successful live action movies.
I'm sorry, say that again. Successful.
That's wild. That's crazy. But
he's an icon, damn it.
Yeah, he is on the what's it called?
He's on the video game Mount Rushmore.
Exactly.
I do want to sit here and say real quick, before you go any further, a friend of the show, Mark Wind, he sat here and said, "Hey, I think your take was wild when you said Crash Bandicoot is more fit. I think I picked Crash over Zelda." He wanted me to know that, and I was very upset. See, yeah, no, I think when you lack hair, you lack thoughts. But go ahead.
He's got a good head on his shoulders here. Bro.
Well, I mean, he has no hair. He has to use something.
Sonic has great movies. That's a wild thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I like this guy. This guy's invited to the taco extravaganza. But go ahead.
Oh God! But if I had to pick my top, are we going top 3 or just what we're most excited for?
I mean, yeah, you could do a top 3, sure.
Okay, clearly Batman 2 is on there. Clearly Zelda is on
Mhm,
there.
mhm.
Who?
No, it's that third one is tough, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking, when the hell? Who's calling for a Passion of the Christ 2?
You're terrible.
Didn't they cover everything in the first? Like, come on, he died and he rose again. What else are we? What else are we looking for here?
You know, I gotta say, I was actually surprised when I saw Passion of the Christ too, because that movie came out in '04. So
Yeah,
we're talking 20 something years. I don't know why they waited so long to decide to do a sequel.
right.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I
Because
saw I saw the first one. I saw it with family. It was a good movie, but I don't know. I'm just
yeah,
saying, 20 years later.
that's wild. So I'm going to say Beyond the Spider Verse is going to be my next, or not even. I can't even rank these, so it's not a one, two, three. It's more of a these are the top ones I'm looking to see in no particular order.
That's fine.
So Zelda, Batman 2, and Beyond the Spider Verse
I do
for
want
me.
it to be. I mean, I have my top three right here, and I think the obvious is going to be Sonic and Spider Man. And I'm gonna go with Avengers. I mean, I feel it's obvious, but I do want to say that the Zelda movie, I really look forward to. I mean, we talked a little bit about it on the show, and I look forward to it just because Zelda. I mean, Legend of Zelda. I mean, these characters don't really talk, so it's going to be interesting on how all this plays out. And I think they've already. We talked about it. I'm sorry, just to go back a little bit. Like, they've already found their actor and actress,
Yeah,
right?
they've already found their Zelda. They've already found their Link. So it's happening, and I'm assuming that they're going to make him more verbal in the movie because
Yes,
I'm just going to
sure.
assume that that's the case.
I mean, if he grunts throughout the whole movie, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
or the damn fairy or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Listen. That's what
listen, she was the only one who talked, right? Like she was the
yeah.
only one, and I don't need the movie having like little subtitles at the bottom. So
Yeah.
there's that. So yeah, I mean, I think 20. We got here's the.
Zay, let's see, Zay. What you got?
Excuse
What you
me.
got for us here? What movie do you guys think is going to be pushed out in 2027 outside of this? Or you mean like marketed the most? Like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by
I
that?
mean, if you're saying, yeah, I would love some more detail, but if that's the case, I see those superhero movies. I mean, I feel like they definitely market those superhero movies, like, you know.
Oh, wait. Maybe I'm misinterpreting. You said
Excuse me.
pushed out. Oh, bless you. Pushed out of 2027. You mean as in delayed? Um,
Oh wow,
okay, that's interesting because I can actually see the Batman 2 being delayed. It already took forever to write.
but that would be
I could
terrible.
see I could see it being delayed easily
Why?
delayed
Why so? Why
because
so?
it already took so long to write. So I can see there being like, rewrites. I could see there being scheduling conflicts because Robert Pattinson, I believe they kind of delayed it last time a little bit because of Robert Pattinson for whatever reason. If I'm remembering correctly, I could see that being a thing there. So I'm going to say the Batman 2 could potentially be out of there with all the issues we've been seeing with Beyond the Spider-Verse. I could see that also being delayed.
I see
Um,
Avengers. I
what
see
else we got
Avengers.
here?
I can see Avengers.
Avengers. Ooh,
I can see
yeah.
Avengers.
I can
It's
definitely.
interesting. I'm sorry, just to piggyback on something that you were saying, because I think that you nailed really good reasons on why the Batman would be delayed. I just think that would be awful. That movie came out in 2022 or 2021. It was 2022, correct?
One of the other. I think it was 2022, but I could be wrong.
3, 4, it was 5, 6, 7, 5 years later, and they delay it, and then what? This movie comes out, and what 20? Well, wouldn't Rob Pattinson be like 65 years old at this point?
Well, if they plan on bringing in a Robin, I guess the age could, line up because clearly they're going to have to jump because he was in what year 2 or year 1 of being Batman in the first movie. So yeah, it's been some time, right? It's been some time,
Okay, so
and
they would have to jump that timeline then.
yeah. So I don't know if Robin's going to be in this movie or not. I do know that James Gunn has his own Batman movie planned, and from everything that I've heard, that is going to include some of the Bat fam. Um,
Oh, that's dope. I think I look
yeah.
more forward to that. I look more forward to that then. I look more.
Yes, we're clearly going to have to get through Dick Grayson before we get to my boy Jason Todd, but I'm here for it.
I mean, yeah, they could, or they could just do something where Jason Todd. I mean, they're already. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe they're already kind of established in a way, but yeah, I guess so.
But yeah,
Because like
I
with
can see
Superman,
that being delayed.
I was gonna say this Superman. It was like he's been Superman for 3 years, right? Or on the planet for I mean, not planet for 3 years, but he was like Superman for 3 years or something like that.
I can't remember, but I do know he's pretty new to being a Superman.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I look forward to James Gunn's version and see what this is, because at this way, this thing don't look like. I think GTA 6 comes out before this.
we'll see. Because I very much prefer the Batman over, even though we haven't seen James Gunn's Batman, so I'll give that.
I get that.
Tonally, if we're going with that same James Gunn style of tone, I already like the tone of the Batman. I don't need to.
But I don't think James Gunn would even go that far. I think he knows with this property, he can't do the James Gunn thing here with the Batman. He can't do where he plays some funky rock music and Batman's driving the thing like this, or he has like a CD thing and he gives Catwoman his cassette. No, I don't think. I think he knows that with Batman, and I think we've had this discussion before, where he understands that this character cannot do, like, he could get away with that with Guardians of the Galaxy. He could get away with it with Peacemaker. I don't know a whole heck of a lot about Peacemaker, so some fan of Peacemaker might be like, "Oh, this is terrible," but I enjoy it. And what was another property he did? I know he did Suicide Squad, but it was one more thing. And
Suicide Squad and the Scooby movies, Scooby Doo.
Oh, no wonder I hate this guy, Scooby Doo. I hate Scooby Doo.
He was like a head writer or something on that. But I'm calling it now. James Gunn's Batman is going to have some weird ass fucking music that don't nobody like. And it may be a scene where he's referencing directly the music that he's listening to. I don't doubt it. I hope
not, because I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that with Batman. Now, I will sit here and say this. I know you don't like James Gunn's taste in music, but that opening for Peacemaker is officially on my phone.
You're wild for that. That knockoff Queen soundtrack that they got going on there. No. Wanna be Queen? Just put on a Queen album. You'll be better off. But this, no. Anyway, that's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Please leave us a like if you like the video, and subscribe to our channels and Popular Review, Entertainment, and See the Superior. And join us here next Friday, because we are going to be talking about the very next episode of Peacemaker, episode 4. And join us again the following Sunday, because we'll be bringing more geek news. So have a great day and see you later. Goodbye.